She is fierce, she is bold, and she is unforgettable. On screen, Jaimie Alexander has been the warrior goddess Lady Sif in Thor and the tattooed mystery woman in Blindspot. She plays strong women, untouchable and invincible. But off-screen, her life has been anything but untouchable. Behind the cameras are stories of passionate love affairs, messy breakups, shocking scandals, bitter fights, and controversies that left her bruised, sometimes emotionally, sometimes publicly. This is the other side of Jaimie Alexander. The darkness, the drama, and the chaos she tried to keep hidden. From the moment Jaimie Alexander appeared in Hollywood, she radiated a magnetic energy. Men noticed. Directors noticed. And soon enough, her love life became just as watched as her career. One of her earliest public romances was with Peter Facinelli, the actor famous for playing Carlisle Cullen in Twilight. Their relationship began in 2012 after Facinelli's very public divorce from actress Jenny Garth. The tabloids pounced immediately. Some painted Jaimie as the rebound, the younger, sexier new flame. Others accused her of being the reason for the split, though Facinelli denied it. The whispers didn't stop. For Jaimie, being branded the other woman stung, but she was in love. They appeared at premieres together, holding hands, kissing in front of flashing cameras. She once said in an interview, "I don't care what people think. I care about what's real between us." But Hollywood love rarely survives the gossip. By 2015, Jaimie and Facinelli were engaged. The ring sparkled, the smiles looked real, and for a while, the fairy tale seemed intact. But behind closed doors, their romance was fracturing. Arguments over schedules, over children from his previous marriage, and over Hollywood's constant scrutiny created cracks. Jaimie wanted a fresh start. Facinelli was tied to his past. By 2016, the engagement was off. Publicly, they gave a polite statement. "We still have love for each other." Privately, friends said it was explosive. Shouting matches. Accusations of betrayal. Jaimie allegedly felt Facinelli was too controlling. He thought she was too independent, too unwilling to bend. The media painted her as the one left behind, heartbroken. But insiders whispered Jaimie had walked away with fire in her eyes, saying, "I don't need anyone to complete me." Still, the damage was done. For months, the breakup was splashed across gossip magazines. After Facinelli, Jaimie's name was linked with several men. Rumors connected her to co-stars, to athletes, even to musicians. She was spotted at events with mysterious dates, photographed leaving parties late at night with famous faces. Some called her adventurous, others branded her reckless. One persistent rumor tied her briefly to Tom Pelphrey, years before he became known for Ozark. Another suggested she had a fling with a Marvel co-star, though no one ever confirmed which one. Jaimie rarely addressed the gossip. She once snapped in an interview, "Why is it that when a man dates around, he's a stud, but when a woman does, she's a scandal?" Still, the label stuck. Jaimie Alexander, the heartbreaker, the femme fatale of Hollywood. The most public fight in Jaimie's personal life wasn't with her lovers. It was with her lover's ex-wife. Jenny Garth, Facinelli's ex, reportedly despised Jaimie. While Garth rarely spoke about it directly, sources close to her leaked quotes about younger women ruining families. Fans of Jenny piled on, attacking Jaimie online, branding her the villain. Jaimie fought back subtly, posting cryptic social media messages about living your truth and not letting bitter people drag you down. But the feud was there, cold, quiet, but undeniable. Hollywood insiders whispered about awkward encounters at events, glaring stares, and mutual friends forced to pick sides. It was a war without open battle, but it scarred Jaimie's image. In 2013, Jaimie Alexander made headlines not for her acting, but for a dress. At the Thor, the Dark World premiere, she walked the red carpet in a sheer black gown that revealed almost everything. The internet exploded. Some praised her boldness, calling her fearless. Others slammed her, calling it trashy, desperate for attention. The backlash was brutal. For weeks, she was labeled the naked Marvel star. Memes mocked her. Conservative critics tore her apart. Jaimie defended herself. "It's just a dress. It doesn't define me." But the scandal stuck. Even years later, interviews brought it up, reducing a talented actress to a viral fashion controversy. Jaimie Alexander has always been physically strong, doing her own stunts in Blindspot and Marvel films. But behind the warrior image, she has fought painful health issues. She suffered from severe injuries during Blindspot's intense filming, often pushed to the brink by grueling schedules. At one point, she was hospitalized after a spine injury. The press twisted her struggles into drama. Headlines screamed about her breaking down. Tabloids speculated if the show was killing her. Social media trolls mocked her appearance, claiming she looked too thin or too different. Jaimie fought back, saying, "I'm human. I get hurt. I bleed. But I'm not weak." It became both a scandal and a fight. Her health turned into entertainment for others. Jaimie Alexander is outspoken. And in the age of Twitter and Instagram, that often leads to firestorms. She has publicly clapped back at trolls, sometimes with sharp words, sometimes with sarcasm. Fans loved it, but critics called her unprofessional. She's also posted cryptic messages after breakups, sparking wild speculation about who she was targeting. In one infamous case, she shared a quote about men who lie and cheat, just days after her split with Facinelli. The internet lit up, convinced it was a direct attack. Jaimie never confirmed, but the damage was done. Once again, her private heartbreak had become public controversy. After her broken engagement, Jaimie's love life grew even more secretive, and therefore, more scandalous. She was spotted with athletes, rumored with married men, and photographed with directors. Each time, the tabloids invented new stories. Was she dating a famous NFL player? Was she secretly involved with a producer? Most of it was speculation, but in Hollywood, speculation is enough to tarnish. Jaimie was painted as a woman who couldn't stay single, who thrived on chaos. Friends defended her. She's just living her life. She wants love like everyone else. But the gossip mills never stopped grinding. By the late 2010s, Jaimie's reputation in Hollywood had shifted. Once the rising star, now she was seen as difficult.
Why?
Because she fought back. Against producers who tried to control her image. Against co-stars who disrespected her. Against the press who twisted her words. Whispers grew that she had clashed with Marvel executives after being sidelined in Thor, Ragnarok. Fans were furious that Lady Sif was excluded. Insiders suggested Jaimie's outspokenness and demands for a stronger storyline contributed to the decision. Was she punished for speaking up? Or was it just Hollywood politics? Either way, it fueled another controversy. At her core, Jaimie Alexander has always been a fighter. But the battles in love, in Hollywood, in her personal struggles, have left scars. Her story isn't just about fame. It's about resilience. About standing tall when the world tries to tear you down. And about living on the edge of love, scandal, and controversy.